Hi, we're here in the reseller park at IFA 2010. I'm sitting with a special guest. This is Nick Graves from Aquilla Europe. And Nick, you and I have known each other for some time here, but tell us a little bit about your new company, Aquilla, and what you're trying to do, here today.
Well, thanks, Bob. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, Aquilla Europe, we're a business consultancy working in the IT and consumer electronics sector. We help companies to establish themselves in Europe, to develop distribution and coverage across the European market, in particular with a focus on the Apple space. I come from a long career with Apple and a good deep knowledge of the Apple channel and Apple environment.
Well, I think that Apple channel is probably very valuable today, and everybody's, of course, trying to follow Apple in many ways. Here at IFA, we've seen a lot of different technologies and a lot of different products of interest. In your course of visiting around IFA, what caught your attention, Nick?
Well, it's been a fascinating show. I think my expectation was that 3D was going to be the hot topic, and sure enough, there's a lot of 3D around the show. But to be honest, the hot area to me, where the industry is being played out, is in the handheld space, in the mobile space, and particularly, obviously, iPhone, but Android and the various other operating systems starting to compete in that space. Very interesting to see how that one plays out, and in many ways we're looking at a replay of the 80s, the Mac versus Windows battlefield, but with some subtle differences. It's going to be fascinating. I think a lot of companies are watching that, and of course a lot of companies are starting to play in that space as well.
And in fact, a replay of the 80s is a good way to put it in that. Now, you had an opportunity to listen to Google, the keynote from Google today. Anything strike you of interest in that report?
Well, I think we were all very honored to have Eric Schmidt here at IFA. I think it was a last-minute booking. And his view of the world was fascinating. I guess that what I took away was that the top line is that the future is about the cloud. The future is about mobility, that he would see a large proportion of the population of the world having access through mobile devices, but the power residing in the cloud. So that the requests for information that you're making are all being pushed back to the cloud, and much less information is being stored and owned locally on your own device. That was, I guess, the top line sense I got from him.
And I think it's significant that Google would feel compelled to come bring that message to an entire show full of hardware people.
Which is true. On top of that, obviously, a lot of talk about operating systems. I've mentioned Android a couple of times. I think I was left still unclear as to the positioning of Android versus Chrome in the Google world. I think that that clarity or lack of clarity is apparent among other people as well, from certainly some of the people I've talked to at the show. There's an uncertainty about where the two fit, how they're going to sit against each other, whether Google can manage two separate operating systems and differentiate them successfully, particularly amongst the developer community. So that was something that came out, and also Eric Smith's talk reflected that, and I guess I still don't feel much clearer after that.
And I think that's the news here from the floor of IFA. Thank you very much, Nick. Aquilla Europe, who is doing a lot of specialist business consulting around channels and helping companies to come into the European market. Thanks a lot, Nick.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.